Hello all and welcome to another pickups video, and my local towns and shops have been on form for me as of late, as I picked up quite a bit to show you. So what have we got? We've got a few charity shop purchases, we've got a couple of items bought from Game, and inevitably we've got a few CEX pickups, as they always seem to have something for me. So let's start off with my local town. Now my local town has 3 charity shops, but only one of them really occasionally turns up anything up till now. I always say I'm a stickler for it. Even if you know somewhere doesn't turn up anything, or you think never turns up anything, you've got to keep going, because you never know when and where something indeed may turn up. And that's what happened in the case of what you've been staring at on the screen the whole time, this selection here of Skylanders figures. One of the 2 that has never thrown up anything. I walked in there and I saw this little basket of these Skylanders figures, and I wondered how much there was. I mean, my eye was caught to the quantity in there, because I knew CX sold them. I knew they took them for trade. Not quite all of them, we'll get to that in a minute. I knew they took them for trade. So yes, my interest was piqued, and I had looked at the price, and there was a little tag on the side of the basket and it said 50p each. So with that, I picked up the basket, I took it to the counter, and I said to the lady behind the counter, I'm interested in taking all of these. Would you mind if I just count out how many there are? She said, sure, don't worry, I'll do that for you. She tipped the basket out, counted them all back in one by one, and there was 19. Now, I stood there with a vacant expression on my face, trying to work out 50p times 19 quite quickly, and I couldn't quite do it. But before I had the chance to finally get to the answer, she said, I'll tell you what, I will do you the whole lot for a £5. And my knowledge on these is very low, as we're about to find out, and I thought for a £5, thought it was worth the gamble. It is kind of a little bit of a fail, but I think I flipped it round into a moderate success. Anyway, so we'll go through them all, and what I mean by it's a bit of a failure is a lot of them I looked up, because I set them out all on a table. Let's start showing you them as I'm telling the story. I set them all out on a table, looked up all their names, wrote their names on a little bit of paper, had them standing on those little bit of paper, and then went through CEX and went through them all one by one. And as I was writing a list down of how much they were selling them for and taking trade in, a lot of them, well, nearly all of them, I was writing sale only, they sell for. And that was it, pretty much. They were all 50p or 25p sale only, with only about 3 having some trade value, but one might as well not be any trade value as well. But that's the story behind him. I really like this dude, by the way. This dude with the catapult, I think he's brilliant. I like this dude. In fact, we might put him to one side. He could co-host in a minute. This golden dude here. But yeah, that was the only disappointing thing about it. I say I was uneducated. But what I'm going to do with these, because 2 of them have got a decent trade in, so I might trade those in. But I'm going to actually keep the rest, put them in a bag and stick them in a drawer, because I've got this ambition of mine to one day not only own every Xbox 360 game, but have an achievement in every single Xbox 360 game, which, you know, it doesn't take a genius to work out. I need to play them all as well. So to play the Skylanders games, I actually have one Skylanders game. But to play the Skylanders game, I'm going to need some of the figures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the figures, stick them all in a bag, and then I'll be able to use them all on the games. But I'm going to take the ones in to trade that are worth something, just purely because by the looks of it, they don't hold their value on forever. I mean, things like this cannon here, I really did expect it to have no value, because it's just a cannon, it's not an actual character. But I don't know what that cannon does, so I may learn about this some. But things like this surprised me. This big dude here, maybe just because he's a big dude that I thought, you know, he'll have something to. Nope, just sale only, that dude. There's another big dude here, again, weighty on this one as well. Again, I just thought have some value. Nope, sale only at CEX. And then we've got this dragon over here. So I'm strategically leaving some towards the end. I like this dude as well. He's quite funny. He looks cute. And then this is the one that I'd say 3 had value, but I'll say this one has value. I'll sell it for £1, but it's penny all round on trade-ins. So he technically has something, but, you know, I'm not going to waste my time trading things for 1p. So he'll go into the bag as well. But these 2 here are the ones that have some value. This dude here is called, check notes, Legendary Bouncer. Now CX selling for £2. They'll give you cash of 50p, and they'll give you trade of 80p. So it's something. For what is essentially 26p per figure for a £5 over 19, that's not a bad markup. But as I say, it is a little bit of a bust, because the idea was to make trading overall. But what I was going to do is take trade of these two and then sell the rest. But now I'm going to keep the rest because obviously, like I say, I'm going to need to play it someday. This is a Spyro figure. It is a legendary Spyro figure. Now, see, you sell it for £2.50. They will give you cash 60p and they'll give you trade in for £1. So I'm guessing because it's Spyro, it has a little bit of desirability about it. Now, if it was actually purple, I would actually keep him because I'm old school. For me, Spyro has to be purple. But I'm guessing because it's a legendary thing, and obviously there's multiple versions of him probably in Skylanders, that is why he is a rather dark blue / navy with golden wings. But to be honest with you, it is a cool little figure. I will say that. But yeah, I will trade him in. But for now, he can co-host too. So let's have you co-hosting and bring this mushroom fella here, which I really like, over here co-hosting as well as we go through the games. So that was one charity shop that, I say, of the three in my town, one that never turns up anything, that turned up something for me. As I say, I've turned it to win. I've got 17 figures for when I buy the games, plus I can take £1.80 off the fiver that I paid. So I paid £3.20 for the use of 17 figures when I eventually get the game. But anyway, other charity shop that does occasionally turn something up. Now, I have to really explore that shop because they had a habit before they put them on the DVD shelf, which is where they've lived for the last few months. I'll put them in a box, and that box sort of relocating in the shop and being shifted round. So I've always checked just in case they go back to the boxing, and I'm glad I did, because on the shelf with the two DS games that have lived there forever, I'm not buying High School Musical 3 or that brain training game that everywhere has for £2.99. I did go exploring and I found a box of games there, and it was full of PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games, and I was expecting them to be priced up at £2.99, which is a thing they'd started doing. But lo and behold, they had them all priced up, every single one at £1.49, as I'll show you. Now, the first one I picked up was one of 3 PlayStation 1 games. Now, if you know me or have seen a previous video, you may recall that I'm going for a full set of PlayStation 1 Platinums. So when I saw this there, and it's not one that I've currently got in the collection, I was always going to grab it. As I said, it was £1.49, as they all were, all from the same charity shop. It is nice and complete as well in box with manual. The manual there slipping out. Lovely condition manual. I had the disc out. I always check the discs in the charity shops, and this is absolutely minty, scratch free. So yes, nice to have this in the collection, and I will play it. I've always said you never know what you may enjoy, so give any game a try. I'm not afraid to give this Monsters Inc. game a try. A nice bit of inside cover art there, saying Peter Pan Adventures in Neverland. I don't think that's a game as well, but it's set out as an inlay style of a game. But nice to have it in the collection. As I say, I will give it a try. And only £1.49, so another one ticks off the extensive platinum list. Now, the second game I picked up, I do already own, and it is a platinum. And it is Ridge Racer, but there is reasonings behind me picking this up. Yes, also £1.49. I mean, everyone knows Ridge Racer. It's an absolute belter of a game. But my copy of Ridge Racer is in the same style of box. The box is fine, but my inlay has a tear in it, and it keeps falling out in one because of the tear in one corner. So it's a front inlay upgrade for me. It's also a manual upgrade for me. This manual's in much better condition. Mine is a bit beaten up. I've had the disc out. It's got a few light scratches on it. Mine's got a few light scratches on it. The disc isn't an upgrade, but I know mine works, and there's no doubt this works as well. I will test it. So I'm going to have a manual and an inlay upgrade for my Ridge Racer. I'll have a disc-only copy of it, which hopefully I can give away to someone. And also this box will replace my Ace Combat box, which has got 2 huge cracks on the back, crack on this side here as well. So that needs replacing. So this is going to help me upgrade a copy of a game I already own in Ridge Racer, and also upgrade a box of a game I already own as well. And then of course I'll have a disc-only copy to gift to someone. Another good little addition there. £1.49 is nothing to pay really for some spares. One more PS1 game I got before I left. This one isn't a platinum, but the condition of it just absolutely caught my eye. It's absolutely spotless box. It really is a mint manual, mint inlay. And again, that disc is absolutely 100% scratch free as well. A little bit unimaginative on the disc art there, really. Just plain white and slap the name of the game on it. But I'm guessing it's a little bit more of a budget release. You can also tell that, by the way, sort of the back there is printed as well. But for £1.49, it's a pinball game. Now, I've got a few friends in the YouTube community here that were absolutely salivating over pinball games for a while. It may have died down a bit, and some of them may even have it. But when I saw it there, I thought, do you know what? For £1.49, I'm not going to turn a PlayStation 1 game down in that condition. And to be honest with you, I like playing a pinball game every now and again. So it is a nice little addition to the collection, even if it's not a platinum. You know, I do have some black labels, and I do have a black label collection too. So that's a nice little addition there to the collection. Okay, next up, is a game that needs no explanation. I think loads of people know about it. They also had some PlayStation 2 games. One of two that I picked up was Crazy Taxi. Now, the reason why I picked this up, I did actually buy this from Cash Converters for 70p a few pickups videos ago. And then I popped it in the PlayStation 3, which plays PS2 games, and it didn't work. And I was a bit gutted. Now, I've also got it on the Dreamcast, but I don't have a working Dreamcast at the moment. So it's nice to have a physical copy that I can play until I get a Dreamcast and can play my Dreamcast version again. I do want a Dreamcast back in my life. I love that console. So anyway, I picked this up again in that box, £1.49 for Crazy Taxi, which is a £3 game in CEX. So it's half the price that I paid for it. They will take trade-in of £1 and they'll give you cash of 60p. So when I eventually get that Dreamcast, I will probably pass this on because I'm not one of these that collects the same game for multiple systems. So at the moment, it's in the collection, so I can play me a bit of Crazy Taxi while I wait to get a Dreamcast. And of course, it is nice and complete in box and manual. I may just pass this on to a friend if someone decides that they need it. But there you go, nice disc art. I love the Crazy Taxi design there. So, yep, got Crazy Taxi for only £1.49. And the next one just totally sparks my interest. It is called Bombastic. I actually read it as Boombastic. Maybe it's Telefantastic. Cheap song puns, I've got them. So Bombastic caught my eye, made by Capcom as well. And then to look at the back, it's a puzzle game, which I can't actually say is like about it. I don't know what it's like. Have you ever seen a puzzle game like this? Totally sparked my interest. Again, because it's a Capcom game. And as I say, that charity shop, that box, £1.49. Totally caught my interest, and I must admit I'm looking very much forward to trying it. I do like the odd puzzle game every now and again, and of course it is nice and complete in box with manuals. So if I enjoy the game, being a puzzle game, it's certainly going to have a replayability if it is a good game, so it may even stay in the collection as well. This in CEX is a £3 game, so again I'm paying half price for it, and it's the same as Crazy Taxi. £1 trade value they'll give you for it, and 60p cash they'll give you for it. But yes, I'm very much looking forward to playing Bombastic, not Boombastic. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Bombastic for the PlayStation 2. So that's everything from the local charity shops. We are going to move on into Bishop Stortford before we do the Harlow stuff. And in Stortford, I did a charity shop run and I only found one thing, but what I found was really, really nice. I found this. A Steelbook of Colin Mcrae Dirt. It is in immaculate condition. Disc is like it's new. Manual, super minty. We've got the other bits of paper here behind it as well. Everything is in there. I've just opened the manual up, but you can just about see them poking through the top there. Everything is in there. And for a pre-owned or a second-hand Steelbook, it is in immaculate condition. It is minty, scratch-free all over. And although I'm not really collecting for the PS3, I haven't got this game, so I will probably keep this as it's a nice piece and a game I don't own on anything else. That's got a bit of a cloud of judgment perhaps over it for the future, but as I say, the CX call it Colin Mcrae Dirt Tin Edition rather than Steelbook. But they sell it for a £5. They will give you cash for £2 and trade in for £3. And I bought this. I don't think it's got a price label on it, but I bought it from an RSPCA charity shop, which rarely turns up anything. I've rarely had anything since it opened. Those same PES 2010 on the 360 have been sitting on that shelf all that time. But I keep going in there, and as I say, it will pay off because you just never know what and when will turn up. And to see this turn up, absolutely fantastic. Chuffed to bits with this. As I say, that was all from the charity shops, but we did go into a game and we bought an Xbox One game. And that was because this was sitting on the shelf with a load of other games which had red labels on for their prices. And like I said in my last video when I bought Deformers for £2.99, if you give me a new Xbox game for £2.99 and it looks remotely interesting, I am going to pick it up all day long. Now, I actually remember to take a photo of this before I took it to the counter because indeed they did the same thing as they did with Deformers. They pulled one out of the drawer and give me a new one. So here's the photo of it. So yes, there it is. It was £2.99. As I say, it's sealed and everything, so it is definitely brand new. It looks really interesting. There you go. Look, it's cool as hell. The end is near. For generations, armed with colossal monsters and their minions have threatened humanity. You are evil, one of the last defenders in an ancient order called on to prevent a fate worse than death. Extinction. So yeah, that sounds really interesting, and I'm looking forward to playing that. And also, I don't know what made me think of doing this, but I just randomly thought, what does CEX sell this for? What would they take trading for? So I've just bought this new from Game for £2.99, and CEX sell it for £8 pre-owned. They'll give you cash for £3, so I could go and get a refund. And they'll give you trade for £5, so I could actually take it straight out to CEX and gain an extra £2 and a penny in trading value on this game. So I thought that was a little bit strange, but there you go. People have been catching CEX out with the Argos sales and the 3DS games lately as well. So it does help to keep on top of new games and stuff like that. Anyway, we did do a CEX visit. We always do. And we left with some 360 games for the collection. First one, just a poundy job. I was going to say, a game that I haven't got for £1. Looks interesting. I'm going to pick it up all day long. Did my manual check. It was in there. And the geezer actually behind the counter was literally got excited over this when I took it up to the counter, because he was telling me how much of a good game it was and how much time he put into it when it first came out. So he may have just made this jump up my backlog, basically, and I'm very much looking forward to giving Fracture a try. And as I say, it's only £1. Next up, we have Men in Black Alien Crisis. Now, I picked this one up because I know, and I've known about this one for ages, but never owned it, that apparently it's an easy 1000G. It's not a tough completion at all. So, do the manual check. Manual's in there. Fantastic condition manual. It was £4, so it was a little bit pricier than I pay when I'm just going in there randomly to look for cheap games, and I'll pick the cheap ones up that take my interest. But for £4, to get that easy 1000G, do you know what? Apparently it's not that great a game, but you know what, for an easy 1000G game, I say it's not a great game, I haven't played it, I may enjoy it, who knows. But there we go, £4, Men in Black Alien Crisis. And I'm saying about picking up cheap games and picking other ones up instead, and that's exactly what I did with this, The Godfather, £4. But the reason why I picked this up was I was looking through and I saw this, I just saw the condition of it. It is as if it's been bought new and just gone, nah, I don't want it, we'll take whatever we can get for it, straight round into CEX. It's absolutely mint as hell. That manual looks like it's been freshly printed. The disc looks like it's freshly been made. And the case has barely got a blemish. Barely got a little mark on it at all. And it was £4. So basically it was the condition of this which absolutely suckered me into buying it. And it was only £4. And who knows? Who knows? Welcome to the family. It might be a really good game. I've never played it. If you've played it, why not just tell me in the comments below? That'd be great. I do believe there's a Godfather 2 on 360 as well. Not entirely sure, don't quote me on that. But this, immaculate, looks amazing. Very much looking forward to playing this. And then I had a look at the PlayStation 2 games. PlayStation 2 games, I do like to collect compilation of beat-em-ups. I saw this, there was no way I was leaving without this, as it's not already in the collection, and it's a Street Fighter game. Street Fighter being one of my favourite franchises of all time. I've actually had a little go at this, Hyper Street Fighter 2, the Anniversary Edition. £3.50, that's no money at all. Is the disc still in the machine, or have I actually taken it out? Nope, I've taken it out this time. Disc in fantastic condition, manual in fantastic condition. And when you play it, it's got the Hyper Fighting screen, or the Super Street Fighter screen, with all the characters on, including Fei Long, DJ Kami, and T-Hawk on it and all that. But you can pick on the side which Street Fighter you want to be in, and then it will reduce the character select screen down to how many were in that one, make the sprites of that one, and then you can play as that one, but in the whole of the Super Street Fighter 2 layout. Honestly, it's a really fantastic compilation / one game, if you get what I mean. I say the Anniversary Edition, I believe it's like the 50th Anniversary Edition of a Street Fighter game. Absolutely cracking game. Absolutely, I spent hours with it after I first put it in the machine. Absolutely loved it. Only £3.50. So stoked to have that in the beat 'em up collection. So we've got Day Out in Harlow time now. And I went into game first. Well, actually, the charity shops first. They turned up nothing in the actual town centre. So I went into game, and game have had a Last Generation sale on a few months back, where they had all the Last Generation games for 99p. And I keep going in there, and there's literally the dredges left. And they've been there for ages, and not a single game has hardly ever moved. But I keep going in there, I keep looking at them, I keep my eye on them. And they've put other stickers on them. They're not 99p anymore. They're now 49p. So I thought I'd nick a couple out. And as I'm currently got a Kinect I can use now, and I thought I'd add to the Kinect collection, I thought I'd pick up Michael Jackson, The Experience. for only 49p. Now with game they put a sticker on here, so you're paying a gamble of is the manual in there, especially with these Kinect cases, because you cannot spy through the sides at all. And with the Michael Jackson game, it is in there. I mean, in CEX, this is, I believe, also 50p and a pennies all round. But while I was there and they had it, I thought I'd pick it up. And actually, when I went into CEX and I was picking out all the Kinect games that were cheap, it wasn't there. Otherwise, I would have picked it up for just 50p. So yes, Michael Jackson Experience, only 49p. Another Kinect game they had in the 360 section of Dredges left over, the Gun Stringer. I've had this one recommended to me by someone, actually, as a lot of fun. Can't quite remember who. I think it might have been the Retro Bear. Sorry if it wasn't you, mate. But I've had it recommended to me. Again, can't see the manual. Well, no manual. Disc is in great condition though, and I'm sure at some point I might be able to source a manual for it. But it's only 49p, as I say, as what they've seemingly done with all the last generation stuff. They've just put 49p and halved them again to try and get rid. And this one in CEX is a £1.50 game, so it's a saving. They'll give you 20p money, or they'll give you 40p trading credit for it. So it's going into the collection because I don't own it. I'm going for a full set. But we've saved basically £1, 1p on it by buying it from game on that day. And then lastly, I did whiz around to the PlayStation 3 stuff. I thought I'd have a look out of interest to say I'm not collecting for the PlayStation 3 per se, but there are a selection of games that I want to play and then move on one day, and anything, again, with replayability, I'll keep. Something that's been on the radar for a little while, I have wanted to pick up Infamous because it's been recommended to me before to play at some point. And when I saw it for only 49p, I thought, yeah, I'll pick that up. As I say, this has got a clear case, so you can spy through the side and spot manuals. It has got a manual in it, extra bit of paper in there too. Fantastic condition disc. And as I say, it's last gen, double sale, not 99p anymore, 49p. And this one in CEX is also £1.50, so another £1, 1p saving, and it has the same trading markups as Gunstringer of 20p cash and 40p trade in credit. So yes, Infamous for the PlayStation 3. It'll go in the pile of games that I will play eventually one day. Okay, so now we are moving on. We're going over to cash converters on that day. Now, I bought two games from there. One is a little bit of a bust. Basically, in that cash converters, they have them all in a glass cabinet, so you can only see the spines and things like that, so you can't really check disc quality and manuals and things like that. First one I spied was a PlayStation 2 game, which I have wanted to play for quite some time, and that is Mr. Shadow the Hedgehog, not Sonic, Shadow the Hedgehog. It got a very old CEX label on there, saying £2.50, but it was in their glass cabinet, priced up at just 50p. Manual in there, so I must admit, obviously after I get them out of the cabinet, if it had no manual in it, I would have rejected it. And obviously, nice condition disc as well, I would have rejected it too if the disc was too scratched up. So, I mean, that I don't know how old that label is, but in CX it is now £1.50 to buy. The trade-in is 50p, so if I didn't like it, I could get my money back in trade-in, only 30p cash though. So on to the next one, which is a bit of a fail. Will you see? I thought one game at 50p, go to the trouble open a glass cabinet. Is there anything I can find on the 360 that I would like or perhaps want? So I thought, do you know what? I will get 50-cent Blood in the Sand for only £1. Of course, sitting on the shelf like this. And then when I took it outside, or when they took it out of the cabinet, I checked for a manual. Manual's in there. Checked the disc quality. The disc was nice. Thought nothing of it. And took it to the counter and bought it. And have you clocked it already? Top left, cheeky bar stools, cover reprinted. My heart sank a little bit. But you know what? You're sitting in the cabinet like that. But just a bit of a schoolboy error. We'll keep an eye on that. But even though I don't own this game, and it should go into the collection, it's not going into the collection with a cover reprinted, I am going to do a little test with this one. I want a proper cover, so I'm going to have to get it again at some point. So CEX will give you a trade-in for this of 80p or 50p cash. They sell it for £2, which they must have sold it at some point because it's not in their store with a cover reprinted. I'm going to try and trade this in and see if they try and reject it for any reason. And if the reason's the cover, well, that will be very interesting. I don't know, but there we go. But anyway, that's me bust at the moment, and that is what I'm going to do with it. So we've got 50-cent Blood in the Sand. But talking of CX, we did nip round there and buy a couple of games from them before we left as well. This one, I've been keeping an eye out for a while. I've seen a few people pick it up, and I knew it wasn't an expensive game. It just looks really interesting. Dynasty Warriors Strikeforce for only £1. As I say, it looks very interesting. Dummy manual check. It's in there. Great condition manual too. not even a sticker from Game Attacked slapped on the front there. Only a quid. Fantastic. Going straight into the collection. And another one is just another Kinect game. One that I haven't seen around much or at all. Because, you know, we all want to get our groove on from time to time. And I got Dance Evolution. I thought it said Revolution originally, but it says Evolution for 3 quid. So, again, did my manual check. It was in there. Condition of disc is fine. However, I didn't spot the crack there rather amateurishly. So I need a case replacement. So I'll have to buy Kinect Adventures for 10p from somewhere at some point and do a swap out of that. But that's not too big of an issue. But yeah, we got another game there for £3 for the Kinect collection. Right, next up, we've got a stack of 13 games which came from one charity shop, and this was the turn up of the day. Now, when I left the town centre, I stopped by the industrial area which has all the large superstores, and they have kind of 2 large superstore charity shops, as I call them there. I went to the very first one. Absolutely nothing new apart from the regular graveyard of FIFAs and PESs that were existing in that shop forever. I think they're growing new things. So I went to the other one, which is a St Clair's Hospice one. And lo and behold, when I walked over to the section where the games were, the shelving, the guy was making space and shuffling things around. And I'm thinking, oh, hold the phone here. Have I walked in at the right time? So I'm milling around, wandering around. And sure enough, he started whacking stuff on the shelf. And I'm thinking, that's where the games go. He's just put out a load of new games. I have walked in at the prime time, and I really had. So we're going to go through the stack of 13 games. There is one bust, and we're going to open with that one. We'll get that one out of the way. It's the only PlayStation 2 game that I picked up. And you'll see on the front here, they've all got their stickers on. They're all 50p. We have got Dance UK XL Party now. I've got a friend, Sean, who collects PlayStation 2 games and is going for the full set. And I saw the condition of this. It is literally immaculate. Look, fresh off the print manual, sparkling disc, fantastic condition, case and everything. And I just thought, I'm not even going to ask him, I'm just going to pick it up. If he's got it, I've only lost out on 50p. And after I walked out and I sent him a picture of it going, have you got this one? He texts back saying, yeah, sorry, mate. So, yeah, a little bit of a bust there. I was going to say, it is 50p CX as well, with 1p trade-ins all round. But I bought it with the intention of being a gift. And if I can find someone to give it to, then I will do. If not, it just might end up back in the charity shop, to be honest with you. I like to do my bit every now and again as well. So, yes, that one's a little bit of a bust, but it only goes up from here. So, the first thing I'm going to show you are Xbox 360 games, but for trade, because I already own them. First one up is Kinect Star Wars. Bundle copy, but that doesn't matter. I've got a non-bundle copy, which I'll be keeping, like you say, 50p, even complete with manual and the bundle copy disc, even the correct disc in there as well. CX doesn't get hold of it at some point. So we got Star Wars Kinect, which is a £3 game in CX. They're going to give you trading, or they will give you trading for £1.20, and they sell it for 70p. So there's our first little markup on that one. Okay, and next up for the 360. Again, got this. It's just an amazing Call of Duty game, isn't it? Call of Duty Black Ops, complete with manual as well. This is a £3 game in CEX, is it? No, it's a £6 game in CEX. Excuse me, it's double that. They'll give you cash £2 and they'll give you trading of £3. So that is a great one for the trade part, and that's exactly where it is going. Okay, next up we have, from that stack, we have 4 Wii games, and they are all going to be for trade. The first one up is Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz. As I had my phone out while I was in there, so I was looking up to make sure I didn't lose out on these. Super Monkey Ball Blitz is a £4 game in CEX. They give you cash of £1 and they'll give you trading of £1.60. Again, another, well, I was going to say another nice complete. That's just the warranty. So there's no official manual in there, but CEX will take that as it is. So that's another one for the trading. Next up was nearly a foul, but I haven't lost out. Nerf N-Strike. When I was looking up in the shop, I thought I'd struck a little bit of gold and I was going to get £6 trading for this, but the one that I was looking up in the shop was with Blaster, which is a shame because it's £10 with Blaster, £4 cash, £6 trading with Blaster. But I don't have it with Blaster, and game only, it's £2, 30p cash and 60p trading. So we've not lost out. We've actually gained 10p, but I normally like to double my money if I'm buying a 50p game, but I thought I made a mistake. It hasn't cost me. It is nice and complete in manual. It's actually really, really good condition as well. So we've got Nerf N-Strike. Next up, we've got 2 more Wii games left. This one is, we all know about the trade on this. Trading on this is always always been really good. It did dip to a low in the summer, but it's come back up again. And a lot of people find a cardboard sleeve one, but if you can find the DVD case one, this one has £9 trading credit. They sell it for £15 and they'll give you £6 cash, and I picked it up for 50p. So pleased with that. But can you imagine my face and my jaw dropping a little bit when they didn't just have the one, they had 2 copies of it. That's £18 trading value right there for £1. I haven't had a good turn up like that for ages. Absolutely fantastic. Well pleased with that. So yes, we got those. Next up, we have 2 more Xbox 360 games that are upgrades. I do have them, so they'll be traded, but they're going to be upgraded for the ones that are currently in my collection. First one up, Test Drive Unlimited. Now, Test Drive Unlimited will be a £5 game in CEX. They'll give you money of £2 and they will give you trading credit for £3. So it's going to be upgrading my copy because the manual and the map in there are in much nicer condition than the manual and the map in mine. So we will upgrade those and then we will trade it into CEX for a little bit of trade profit there. Another upgrade for me, do already own this one as well, Superman Returns. Now, my case on my Superman Returns isn't in great condition. It looks like someone stubbed a fag out on the front, and I don't smoke, so that's really annoying. In CX, it's also a £5 game with £2 money and £3 trading credit. So I will upgrade the case, potentially the manual as well. I don't know. I will need to double check on that one. I think I do. So that was why I was quite happy to have that. But just find this in, say, 50p. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, we still have 4 more games from that bundle to show you, and they're all going into the collection. We've got Thrillville Off the Rails. Really pleased for this one to turn out. I've been kind of on looking out for this one for a little while, but I didn't want to pay the CEX price for it, which is £4, and they will give you cash of £1 and trading for £1.60, but it's going into the collection. Complete, fantastic condition manual. Look at that, kind of fresh off the print manual as well. Thrillville Off the Rails for only 50p when it's a £4 game in CX. Nice little saving. Next one is buying a game for half the price. It is Blazing Angels. Say Blazing Angels in CX is a £1 game. Money trading is only 10p. Trading value is 30p. And we have a disc falling out. So we've got a little bit of damage there on the spindle, so we can swap the case out for something else, hopefully, as we pop her back in. But again, this is one that I've been keeping an eye out for because I knew it was cheap actually in CEX as well. So for it to turn up for only 50p before CEX actually had a copy in when I'd gone in there, happy with that. And finally, two more from that trading. But I forgot to do my research on this one, so I can't actually tell you how much this one is worth. But we've got a copy of Star Trek Legacy, amateur, totally amateur. But what's even more pleasing about this is I've done some overall sums and not included this, and the overall sums without this is fantastic. But Star Trek Legacy, do you know what? I don't know what it is, but I will find it and I will put it up there, and you'll be able to see how much they sell it for, what the trading value is in both cash and credit. But to pay only 50p for it, I know it's going to be worth more than that. So really pleased with that. And then the final game, which is for the collection as well, Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. Now, these dropped a little bit again during the summer, but they seem to have picked up again at CEX as well. This is a £5 game in CEX. They'll give you trading for £3 and they'll give you cash for £2. But it's going into the collection as a nice and complete game. So that's 13 games, of which I've only tallied up 12 because I forgot to do the Star Trek Legacy one. The Star Trek Legacy game aside, the other 12 games have a sale price of £65.50 in CX, albeit I must admit £30 of that is the 2 Wii Sports games. Now I can take the cash on 12 of the games for £23.11, or the trading value of £35.31, which is absolutely amazing. It really is absolutely amazing. And what a time to turn up in that charity shop. It really was just amazing timing. So I'm really pleased to have that. So that is all the games, but I've got one more thing to show you guys, and it is gaming related, and I must say I am super impressed with these. These are, I'm going to use that word again, should only use it on Call of Duty games. These are amazing. And basically I've seen these before and I've wanted these before, but one day I got fed up. I've just moved recently, and I keep having to move coasters between my room and my living room because I only have like 2. and I have drinks and other things, more than drinks, to put on these coasters sometimes at one stage. So I needed some coasters, and I'd seen these for sale before, but what I didn't realise is just how good these were. So you can buy 3 different sets of them, these PlayStation coasters, and they kind of seem to be developer orientated. Like this, the set I've gone for is all Namco, but you can buy like a Psygnosis one, which has Destruction Derby and Wipeout, and you can buy a Capcom one, which kind of had Resident Evil and a Street Fighter game. I think it's Alpha 2. But anyway, I bought the Namco set, which has got Ridge Racer, again, which I absolutely love. It's got Time Crisis, which I absolutely love. This set was just made for me. And it's got Tekken 2 as well, which I absolutely love. We're basically going to have a little bit of a mini review of these right now, because when I saw these, I just thought they'd be picture on the front, picture on the back, which, yeah, they are, but the representation of them is absolutely bang on. They're exactly like the game, and they in each way. They've got these nice little soft paddings here as well, so they're not just cheap coasters as well. But it's just the little things on it. Like, if you look there, they've engraved PlayStation on the black there. They've done it on the top there as well, even though the focus isn't quite going on there. There you go, PlayStation. And on the bottom, can get another little bit of focus on there, but you saw the top one, so it's not a problem. They've even gone to the trouble of black labelling the sides properly as well. Look, Tekken 3 on there, Tekken 3 on there. But if we bring the game in, this is just an amazing little attention to detail that I'm really impressed with. This is my copy of Tekken 3, which I've had from its launch day. And if you look on here, they've got these numbers on the side. That one says SCES 01237. I did not expect them to go to that trouble of putting the exact same numbering on the side there as well. Do you know, as I say, the attention to details on these is absolutely amazing. I almost expect that if I split these open, there will be a perfect copy of the manual inside as well. And they were, I think, £11.99 to pay for these, delivered for free because I'm an Amazon Prime customer as well. And they're absolutely adorable. I absolutely love them. I think they are brilliant. So there we go, a set of Namco coasters, which aren't for display, they're actually for use, as I say, because I need them. I've got fed up with going between rooms and taking coasters around with me. So these ones live in the living room in what is now my gaming area. And I absolutely love them. I think they're brilliant. So ladies and gentlemen, that is everything that I picked up. I do actually just want to give out a couple of quick shout-outs. Shout-outs have become a little thing again in the community. A lot of people have been doing it. I just want to pay attention to a couple of new channels which I found in the last 2 or 3 months. So a couple of brand new ones rather than repeating some of the old faces that we've all come to know now. That one, first one is Carl's Room 70. Discovered Carl not so long ago. Again, fantastic guy who does pickups, collects for a little bit of absolutely everything. So there's going to be something there for you if you watch Carl's channel and you like pickups without fail. And he's gone into doing charity shop hunts with a camera on his chest, you know, the GoPro thing. And I absolutely love that. So more of that, please, Carl. I love that sort of stuff. I really enjoy watching it. But nice guy, Carl. Doing events as well. So if you check out his channel and look at him and see what he looks like, you may find him at Donny and then be able to go and say hello to him. Cracking guy, Carl. Highly recommend his channel. Second one is Planet Retro, and word this correctly, Rob. Say it slowly so I don't get it wrong. Big Game Owl of Planet Retro. Another really nice guy. He's already gifted stuff in the community as well, I believe, to Carl, and is just generally, again, he's coming across as a great guy, and he is only 4 games away from a complete Mega Drive set, which is absolutely amazing. That was as of watching his last video. Who knows, he may even be closer now. Uploads pickups videos all the time. So he started going to events as well. He recently went to Milton Keynes as well. Another great guy. Honestly, if you like pickups, please do check out Big Game Owl of Planet Retro. And the last one is a guy that's well known within the community, has recently finally uploaded a couple of videos to YouTube. He's been very active in the community. He literally comments on every video. I've seen him comment on a couple of mine. He's more well known than me without, you know, and I don't show my face. He hasn't shown his face on YouTube until now, and that is Dylan Craven. So honestly, he's done a pickups video for stuff he picked up in January, and he's done completed it as well for stuff that he's completed in January, and he's already got it, to be honest with you. He's very knowledgeable and he's very engaging as well. So please also check out Dylan Craven's channel. So they're just 3 very new or very recent YouTubers that have joined the community in recent months and become very active and become very good parts of it as well. So very good members. The more good members in the community, the better. So please do check all 3 of those out. And of course, links in the description. So ladies and gentlemen, that is everything I think. It just leaves me to say thank you for watching. And as always, take care.